Good afternoon, YouTube. Matt and Roy back once again. You are seeing me from a different location in my room, and yes, that's my messy bed back there. I just realized I didn't make it, so oops, that one was on me. Let me try to fix this a little bit here. Um, so, what I have for everybody today is a little review. I'll stand here for a few minutes because I know it's going to take people a little while to get here. But when we were up at my cousin's wedding a few weeks ago, I went ahead and I picked up something pretty cool, or what I thought was pretty cool, and I still think it is. This is the AVerMedia, AVerMedia LiveStreamer Cam 313. Um, Staples, which we don't have in our area. We do not actually have a physical Staples location anywhere in our area. Was having a humongous sale on webcams, and this was one that they had. It was $80 camera originally, and they marked it down to, I believe it was $19.99. So you could do the math. There was about 80% savings. Um, this camera is what I'm currently using right now. This is not like an advanced setup or review. I don't have like another camera that I can go ahead and compare it to. But the closest thing that this had when it came out was the Logitech Webcam C920 Pro, which I actually have over on my regular computer, my main rig. And you can see my last couple live streams. If you go back one or two live streams, you'll be able to go ahead and see the video quality of that. Now, I've heard people with this camera say good and bad. That this definitely has more saturation when it comes to the colors, and I can kind of see that here. But the main reason I picked this up is for the reviews. This is supposed to be very good for low light, and right now where I am, it is extremely low light. And it's actually looking really good right now. So some of the features of this, USB 2.0 Full HD webcam. So this is not actually a 3.0 device. I didn't know that. Image sensor, 1 2/7 CMOS sensor, 2 megapixel. So it's got a 2 megapixel CMOS sensor, which is pretty good for one of these. Max resolution 1080p at 30 frames per second. So this does not do 60 FPS, which, let's face it, if you're doing with a webcam is kind of a niche thing. If you want 60 FPS, you're going to have to pay up more. Those cameras, those webcams still will be in the range of like, say, $150, $200. Dual microphones, mono. That's another thing. This is actually a mono microphone in here, which is kind of unique. Might make it sound a little better, though. Stereo microphones, you get a lot of hiss. And I see we have 4 people here, so let me know how my audio is coming through. The computer I'm using right now is a recent build that I did yesterday, and it's got quite a few fans in it, so you might be hearing some background noise. Other than that, this does have a shield on it for covering up the webcam in case, I don't know, you don't want to be spied on. I know that's a thing nowadays. Make sure you click the like button if you're enjoying this content. So basically, you don't get much in here. I'll go ahead and open it up real quick. You get the webcam itself. I believe there is a manual. It comes in this nice foam case. Check that out, folks. And this is really thick foam, too. I mean, you might be able to repurpose this, use it for shipping like a watch or something. But you get that, and literally you get the owner's manual. And the owner's manual doesn't really tell you too much. This tells you to read the instructions like you're always supposed to. And it basically says what's in the box, the camera itself and the quick start guide. You guys can take a close look at that. I don't know if it'll focus on it. Let's see. Are we going to focus or what? Apparently not. But basically, I can read it off to you. You got the microphone, the LED indicator, the lens, the privacy shutter. They call it a privacy shutter. That's interesting. Flexible clip, tripod attachment, USB connector. So this can actually go to a tripod. Other than that, that is literally it on the box. I mean, you literally get nothing else with this camera. Now, I want to hear from a few people on here. I know we got 5 people right now. I want you to tell me how you think this camera is doing. Let me know what the quality is like, audio quality. And I'll watch this later on in post-production. But since I'm doing this live, I need your guys and gals' input. Let me know what this actually sounds like. Incidentally, I'll try to show it to you. This is my latest computer build, courtesy of my buddy Jeff. You guys can kind of see me there. This is in a Cooler Master. I think it's a CS300 case. I'll probably do another video on this in the near future, but it's got the DVD drives. It took me a little while to get the power button set up because it didn't tell me which way to plug the cables in. That's one thing that kind of drives me absolutely bonkers with pre-build or not pre-builds, the opposite, custom builds, is sometimes you don't know where to plug the headers in. Pre-builds, they won't tell you at all. Here, at least, it gave you a diagram. It didn't tell you which way. It didn't tell you which was plus and negative. Audio quality is good, better than most, and that's what I've heard. So far, it looks like this might be a good secondary live stream camera. It's one heck of a case. What are the specs? This computer is actually not that high spec. This was what I call a parts build. This is a computer that I had a bunch of extra parts lying around, and I literally just built it. So this is a Core i7 Sandy Bridge 2600 running at 3.4 gigahertz, got 24 gigs of DDR3 memory, 256 gigabyte Samsung SSD drive, and then a 1 terabyte conventional hard drive, and it's running Windows 10. Did I put professional? I think it's professional. Yeah, it's professional. I am very pleased. We're going to try something different. I'll be right back. So I want to add a little more light to the situation. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and put my my LED light right here and face it towards me, kind of blinding myself in the process, and then we'll see how much better the light is now. So this is like maybe a 400 or 500 lumen LED flashlight. Kind of looks like that, and we'll see how much better that looks. Being metal, I could actually attach that right to the case if I wanted to. You guys can see Milo in the background there. Don't forget, click that like button if you enjoy these reviews. So motion. That's very important, right? When it comes to a streaming camera, you got to have good fluid motion. And everything looks good here. I don't see any stuttering. I don't see any jittering. One thing I really like about this particular webcam is, especially in low light, you don't get that kind of graininess that you usually get from the, well, heck, even the Logitech C920 tends to have that kind of graininess to it. Yeah, I know the cats are over there. Mar Steph says they actually make monitor mounted LEDs just for streaming. Probably should invest in one of those. I'll have to look it up. I know that they make them. Baxter, I'll tell you, this cat's a riot. He's over here using a scratching post, or he was. You guys can see Baxter there. Maxty. He's kind of camera shy, so go ahead and keep him off this video. But honestly, that's really all I have to talk about this camera. I would say that this is a good option. Check your local Staples if you're looking for one. That's where I found this. Was at a Staples, and once again, it's AVerMedia PW313. The new model is a 513, I believe, and I believe the only difference, don't quote me on this, is that one has autofocus, whereas this is fixed focus. That's why you can see if I hold it near me, it goes into focus, but if I go closer, it kind of goes out of focus. So this can only focus on basically one thing at a time, whereas the newer model has variable or variable focus on it. All right, folks, that's all I got for this review. Hope you enjoyed this. Maybe we'll go ahead and do another live stream a little bit later. Thanks for coming. Please continue to like and subscribe. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.